And the Shock Monster mask by Chuck Jarman gave me that from Bump the Night Productions when him and Jay Switman from California, Horrorwood, California, as in Boris Karloff. By the way, yesterday was Boris Karloff's big 133rd birthday. I want to thank Caleb Alsmeyer for reminding me of that, posting that. I forgot about that. And so Caleb put that up on Facebook, and the picture of the Boris Karloff as the monster. That's my favorite actor. And it's my favorite monster, Frankenstein. I like the Glenn Strange version Frankenstein better. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, House of Frankenstein, and House of Dracula. That was Glenn Strange, played the monster in those, the Frankenstein monster. But Boris Karloff's my favorite actor, and he actually played the part the best, and he looked the most, he looked the scariest. Like I say, Boris looked the scariest, like someone that came back to life. So yeah, Boris Karloff is the, the best Frankenstein. He played the part the best. And my favorite movie is Bride of Frankenstein, where Boris Karloff played the monster. That was a sequel to 1931's Frankenstein, which was the first sound version of Frankenstein. There was a silent version of Frankenstein, 1910, by Thomas Alva Edison, who produced it. And someone else directed it, though, and that starred Charles Ogle as the monster, who looked like a big zombie, And so, you can see that's on YouTube. Now it's in the public domain. It was a lost film until like the 1970s when Charles Detloff, a film fan, a classic film fan from Cudahy, Wisconsin, near Milwaukee, and he found a copy, and it's real brittle. So, frame by frame, him and I think Don Glut, and who wrote books on Frankenstein, the history of Frankenstein movies and stuff like that. I got one of his books, and a big Frankenstein fan. And him and some other people out in Hollywood, they made a copy, a negative of it, frame by frame, a 16 millimeter and I think a 35 millimeter copy, but something like that, I think. But they made a negative, and then from that they made several prints, and then later on they put it on video. Well, Charles Detloff had it put on video, but I got the. When I first heard about that, they were showing Monster Bash at the very first Monster Bash conference, which used to be in Ligonier, Pennsylvania in '97. The first Monster Bash convention, they were going to show the 1910 Frankenstein projected with a video projector on a screen. And so I went down there because I've been trying to see that movie because it had been a lost film. I wrote The Toy That Grew Up, Channel 11 in Chicago, WTTW. I wrote them. They had a show called The Toy That Grew Up where they showed a couple clips of the movie, a couple, like 5-second clip of the monster, Charles Ogle coming out of the cauldron, where, in the 1910 Frankenstein, but they never showed the whole movie. They showed Nosferatu, they showed John Barrymore, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, 1920, but they didn't show the 1910 Frankenstein. So I asked them, and I said, are you going to show the 1910 Frankenstein? They said, well, that's a lost film, whatever. So for years I've been asking. I asked Forey Ackerman about it, I asked people about it. I wrote guys like, Ron Borst, I wrote this other guy, I asked them, didn't get a response from these people, because the movie was, I guess, as far as they were concerned, it was a lost film. But then later on I heard that a copy had been found, and now it's on video. Charles Detloff released it on video, so I bought a copy at the first Monster Bash. So, yeah. So I got it on video, but it's on YouTube now. Yeah. But anyway, back to what I was saying. And this Friday is my big 64th birthday, November 27th, 1956, which was the year Bela Lugosi died, in the same year that Elvis Pelvis first came to Hollywood. So I was born the year that Bela Lugosi, so I came out of my mummy the year that Bela flew out, because he played a vampire, he played Dracula in all those movies. And Return of the Vampire, that's one of my top 3 favorite movies. That, with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein is actually my favorite movie, along with those two that I just mentioned. Return of the Vampire has a werewolf and Bela Lugosi teaming up together, so I thought that was really cool. He was in and so that's like one of my top favorite movies. I watch that at least once a year on video. And Bride of Frankenstein, I watch that every year. They aired on Svengoolie. And okay, I gotta cut again. Boing. So anyway, my birthday this Friday is the same birthday as Bruce Lee and Jimi Hendrix. Bruce Lee born in 1940 on November 27th. And Jimi Hendrix born November 27th in 1942. So I was born on Bruce Lee's 16th birthday and Jimi Hendrix's 14th birthday, November 27th, 1956, which is the same year my favorite werewolf movie was made, Columbia's version of The Werewolf, starring Stephen Rich as the werewolf. It's my favorite werewolf movie. Boing! Boing! Oh, I'm back again. So anyway, like I was saying, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I want to tell you, these positive books I read, I don't read this all the time, but I've read parts of it. I've read parts of this. This is a new book, actually an old book, 1960. This is a 1962 printing of it. But it's actually, the first edition came in 1960. Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone. And there's something in there that talks about how, you know, are you fun to be around? That one of the questions they asked, are you fun to be around? So in other words, if you're going to be successful, you know, you want people to like you, of course, but you want to be honest. There's more to it than just making people like you. You have to be true to your vision, and you want to achieve your goals, your personal goals, not goals that other people set for you, but the goals that you, in your heart, you want. That's success. So you're happy. You're achieving what you want to achieve in life. You know, not being a puppet just for other people to say, well, you ought to do this, do that. Don't try to fit into their mold. You be yourself. I'm saying that. That's me saying that. That's not quoted just like that in this book, but I get that kind of message from these kind of books. The success books, they tell how to be successful, reaching your goals, your dreams, and not to give up your dreams, and not to let people discourage you. And when something negative happens, you know, I was just reading in this book today, when something bad happens, that's when you got to put in the self-motivator. That's when you got to say, success, like it says in here, success, in the green page it says, success comes to those who keep on trying. And page 111 says, hope is the magic ingredient in motivating yourself and others. Hope is the magic ingredient in motivating yourself and others. And then right here in the green page, the green part of the page, it says in here, success is achieved by those who continue to try, those who keep trying. I'm going to show it to you right there. Success is achieved and maintained by those who keep trying. Amen, brother. So, you know, that's by these guys. There he is. That's Napoleon Hill, and this is W. Clement Stone. So, you know, and you know, a lot of these older books are better than the newer books. This is from my dad's library. He got a lot of these positive help books. I'm the only one in this family. I'm the only Nelson in our family that reads his books, that reads my dad's books, that reads the books he's on positive thinking. When I was 8 years old, I was reading these things. He has, and I said, Dad, can I read that? He goes, oh, sure. I had my elbows on the wooden floor of our old 90-year-old farmhouse. We didn't have a farm. My grandma had a farm out in Cary, Illinois, but Park Ridge, Illinois, so had a big old wooden house, like a 90-year-old farmhouse. The people who lived there had a farm. And when we moved there, there was like an old cow skull and bones, you know, from like a dead cow or whatever, you know, because they had cattle there, or a dead bone from a horse. So I kept the cow skull, but you know, it was like 20, 30, it's been laying there for like 20 years, 30 years, you know, and so it didn't have any decayed skin on it. It had been laying there in it for like 20 years, you know, so I use that as a prop in my movies, in my Mummy Returns movie. The mummy picks up the skull. And one lady wanted to take my picture out here. She saw me dressed as the mummy back in '98. She says, oh, can I take your picture? I saw you on TV. She drives right past the intersection here by our house. It's kind of not that busy of an intersection, a slower speed. And I go out there, I've got my mummy costume on, I'm holding the fake rubber human skull. I got this one here, this fake rubber one here, you know, that I got for $3 on Belmont at that party shop on Belmont in Chicago, you know, kind of, yeah, I'd say it's, you know, maybe about a half a mile east of Cicero on Belmont. You know, it's like a party store, yeah, maybe about a mile east. And so I got that for $3 back in 1991 when I did my Dracula vs. Saddam Hussein movie. I needed a skull, you know, for that. And Dracula's holding the skull. I go, yes, Saddam, this is all that will be left of you, you know. When I get my rematch with you in Dracula vs. Saddam Hussein 2. So, you know, and I throw it as a zombie in one scene of Garland Hewlett's Brain Robbers from Outer Space. When I was a zombie, I throw it, I go, and I pretend I'm eating it, and Janet's with me. We're pretending to eat it, and we go, rah, rah, and then I take it, I go, rah, and I throw it, it goes right into the camera, right in the lens, a perfect shot. Anyway, but like I was saying, yes, so I forgot what I was going to say. Where is my control? I got a cut here. Boing! What? Boing! Oh, disappearing hand. Aha! Boing! I'm back again. So anyway, So I got these positive health books. Norman Vincent Peale, You Can If You Think You Can. You Can If You Think You Can. Yeah, that's on 285 pages. It took me about 2 years to finally read it. I just read like every other day. I'd read maybe a page or two, you know. I think maybe about a year I finished this, all 285 pages. Then I got these Norman Vincent Peale booklets. I got the VA by Guidepost. Norman Vincent Peale started Guidepost, by the way. You know, Norman Vincent Peale, his picture's right in the cover there. You Can, or How to Stay Alive All Your Life. Yeah, and so this is like 1957, this book. And then I got Success Unlimited. That's there you go. That's Dale Robertson. Dale Robertson from Death Valley days. How to Try Until You Succeed. You know, and things like that. Positive. My dad's got a bunch of these in his library, and he got a magazine, Success Magazine, like from the 60s, 70s, and of course, my King James Bible. Right now, I read about a half a page a day. Right now, I'm in Galatians chapter 4. I'm about halfway through it. You know, I read about a half page a day. Sometimes I read a chapter a day. And of course, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. And You Can If You Think You Can. I also got Joel Osteen's You Can, You Will, which I read. I read that in like probably about 4 months. Easy reading. I listen to Joel Osteen on TV on Sundays. He's encouraging. I like being encouraged. You know, I like positive people. But see, that helps me. You know, and I believe in Jesus. I ask him in my heart. I just want people to see some of the positive inspiration I get. You know, you got to motivate yourself. You got to. And I listen to positive speakers on TV. You know, when they're on TV, a lot of these preachers, and I like guys like Brother Felder. I listen to him from the name of his church, but this guy named Brother Tronell Felder. He's very good. And I listen to Joel Osteen. I love Joel Osteen, man. And like Jesus says, according to your faith be it unto you. He said that to the woman. And thy faith has saved thee. Go in peace. Thy faith hath made thee whole, or has healed you. Your faith. So you have to have faith. You have to activate your faith. Amen, brother. Trust Jesus. Ask Jesus to help you. That's what I do. When I have trouble making my movies, I say, Jesus, please help me finish this movie. I want to achieve my goals, you know, and I don't think it's wrong to do that. I know it's a monster movie, but, you know, I like to entertain people. I want to make people laugh. I'm not trying to scare the crud out of them, you know. I'm trying to entertain people, give them a good time. I want to give people a good time. I want you to have a good time. So that's why I don't get too much into religion, because I don't want to be a Pharisee. You know, I don't want to be self-righteous and, you know, always preaching all the time. You turn people off by that. If they're always preaching in their face, and you got to change this and you got to change, and like that lady bus driver that says, oh, that's evil. That's, you know, I said, you like monster movies? This was just yesterday over there, right across the street from Svenguli's school, like right there in Main East, right on the southeast corner there, and I was at the northeast corner, where I got off the bus stop, and I asked the bus driver, I said, you like monster movies? She goes, no, no, no. And I go, she goes, that's evil. I go, no, monsters are fun. And I was wearing my Svengoolie shirt. You know, I was wearing this. My Svengoolie shirt right here. This is one of them. This Svengoolie shirt. And then I got the other one, this one. This is the one I was wearing yesterday. I wore this 3 days in a row, yeah. So I'm wearing that, and she's like, no, 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 that's bad. And she says, and I say, no, Svengoolie is fun, monsters are fun, and Svengoolie rocks. She goes, no. She says, talk to God, talk to God. I go, I did. I asked Jesus in my heart. You know, I believe in Jesus. She goes, no, 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 but that's wrong. And I go, monsters movies are fun. Svengoolie rocks. Right then the door closed. And I was laughing. I'm like, I told her, I got the last word in, brother. And she needs to see, that's being, I thought of her self-righteous, you know, being, I meet people like that. They're self-righteous, pharisaical, and they're no fun. Like they say in this book, I asked the question, are you fun to be around? You know, you want to have a happy attitude, a cheerful attitude. People like that. And it's good for your own health to be happy. Have a happy, positive attitude. Amen, brother. And believe in Jesus. Jesus will help you. And if you don't enjoy this movie, my devil ant's gonna get you. And my giant fly, gotcha. My devil ant's gonna get you. And another devil ant's gonna get you. And my giant fly's gonna get you. And I will get you.